Hi, this is Christy with Vegan Food for Thought, and today I wanted to share some information about UTIs or urinary tract infections because I used to get them like every 3 months or something, and I know they're not fun at all. Nobody wants that. um, and it's just, something that can be pretty painful. And so this information, like, I just wanted to share like what I've figured out and why I don't get them anymore and what I did. So like if you look up, on the internet, the general information is that, like, drink plenty of fluids. And if you get one, drink even more fluids because that can help kind of flush the bacteria out. Also, like, drinking cranberry juice can help prevent them or heal them. There's something in the cranberry juice that makes it all the way to your bladder and kills off the bacteria. And also just peeing after having sex can help because that flushes out bacteria that might go up the urethra. That also helps. But, and I've implemented like all of these things before going vegan, and I didn't necessarily really notice any difference in the amount of, like, frequency that I would get them. And the biggest thing that helped for me was just I stopped eating, when I went vegan, stopped like not eating chicken. So I'll link down below the information about the bacteria in chicken and that it's actually linked to causing UTIs. And I didn't know this at the time, but now, like, it's been over 4 years that I've even had one. It greatly reduced the amount that I was getting. And yeah, I haven't had any recently at all. And I'm even more careful now, like when I go to the grocery store and stuff, because just not eating meat isn't going to completely limit your exposure to bacteria from meat. Because if you're in the grocery store, you're using a shopping cart, you're putting your food on a conveyor belt, like, your food is going to touch bacteria and that bacteria may or may not be, meat. Or from meat. And 10% of all, like, butchered meat, all meat in supermarkets has MRSA on it. So that's kind of like a large amount of, just bad, really, really bad antibiotic resistant bacteria that's just everywhere, like on everything pretty much. So I'm a little more careful now. Obviously, like, I try to wash my hands after going to grocery stores. I don't, stick my hands on my face or in my mouth. And I also, because I don't use plastic bags, I try to bring in my own grocery bags. And when I'm in the store, I try to make sure to not, like, set my fruits and vegetables on, like, the conveyor belt or the shopping cart. I try to set them on top of my grocery bags because I think most stores don't, like, recommend or prefer that you put your food into the grocery bag while you're shopping, because then it would just look like, you could just, like, walk out of the store with it. But I think they prefer to bag it for you, obviously, for obvious reasons. But so those are just the changes that I've made. And yeah, I haven't had one in a long time, so it's worked for me. I can't say that that's going to work for everybody. I know Kalel was saying that she was getting bladder infections like more than once a month or something. And so in her situation, like, drinking more fruits or liquids or something might help. Vitamin C is also something that helps with bacterial infections. And they can actually get bad enough. I've been lucky to never have one this bad, but they can travel up into your kidneys and they can really, like, be difficult to get rid of. In those sorts of situations, doctors prescribe antibiotics, and I'm not a medical doctor, but I do know that oregano oil is one of the only substances that can kill MRSA. It's very antibiotic, and also juniper berries. So those would be something to look into, like, if you're being prescribed antibiotics and you didn't want to take any antibiotics, because those are natural ones that are, very effective, even more effective than antibiotics in some situations. So I would take those if I needed to, but yeah, that's just what I've done recently, and I'm so happy to not have to worry, like, to not even have to think about getting bladder infections anymore, because it's just something that nobody wants to get. And yeah, so that's just what I've done. in the last few years and the changes that I've made. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. If anyone else has any other information about UTIs, post in the comments down below. Post any questions if you have them. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you don't like bladder infections.